diffusion capacity for carbon monoxide, DLCO test. Okay. So here in this test, why we are doing this is the when we are comparing the ability affinity to attach, right? So this is
Mm.
RBC. Let's say there is carbon monoxide. So the affinity of the carbon monoxide to RBC, it is higher. Okay, when compared to O2.
Mm.
Okay, so when it comes to O2, it is going to be very less when we compare it. So that is why we are going to use carbon monoxide for testing the diffusion capacity. Okay, so
Mm.
here, let's say we are giving carbon monoxide, which is
Mm.
0.3%. Okay, so this is not toxic. Okay, this
Mm.
is not toxic. So we are going to give this to the patient, and let's say it is entering the blood. And what we are telling the patient is we are going to tell the patient to hold for 10 seconds.
Okay.
Hold for 10 seconds. Okay. So what is going to happen is the gas exchange is going to be started, right? So the
Mm.
gas, let's say this is a blood vessel, and here there are a lot of RBC, right?
Mm.
So here, then what happens is after the gas exchange, what is going to happen? The CO2,
Mm.
CO, it is going to go out, right? Sorry, CO
Yes.
is going to go out. So if you see
Mm.
this, there will be a bulb. Okay. The inhaled gas, it is going through the breathing bulb, and then the expired gas, it is going to be recorded. Okay. So here,
Mm. Mm.
DLOC is going to directly proportional to the exposure of hemoglobin to carbon monoxide. Okay.
Mm.
Basically, it is directly proportional to the exposure exposure of hemoglobin to carbon monoxide. Right. So here,
Okay.
let's say in alveolar hemorrhage. Okay. So in
Mm.
alveolar hemorrhage, what is going to happen is the blood is going to be the RBC. It is going to be in the
Mm.
alveoli.
Mm.
Okay. And
So increased.
so the DLOC, it is
Mm.
going to
Mm.
get
Increased.
increased. Right.
Mm.
And let's say there is a left to right shunt. Okay, so in
Mm.
left to right shunt, what is going to happen? This is the representation of the aorta. So this is pulmonary artery. So
Mm.
there will be a significant amount of blood which is entering into the right ventricle. So what
Mm.
happens here? Here there is going to mixture, right? Mixture of
Mm. Mixture. Oxygen
deoxygenated
dioxide.
and oxygenated blood, right? So it is going to go inside the lungs. And what happens
Mm.
here?
It will increase.
Yeah, it will increase, right? So then what do we have? Then we have polycythemia. Okay. In polycythemia, what is going to happen? The hemoglobin, it is going to
Increase.
increase,
Mm.
right? So
Mm.
obviously the DLOC is going to increase. Okay. So in anemia, the hemoglobin, it is reduced. What about the
Reduced.
DLOC? Reduced,
So decreased.
decreased, right? So
Yes.
if you see pulmonary embolism, let's suppose there is an emboli here, what is going to happen is the amount of blood that is going to the through the pulmonary artery, it is going to get narrowed. Right.
Reduced. Yes.
So the blood hemoglobin volume, it is going to get reduced, and ultimately what
Mm.
happens in pulmonary embolism?
Decreased.
Decreased, right? So if there is pulmonary hypertension, what happens?
Decreased.
Decreased, right? So what about in bronchiolitis and bronchial asthma?
Increased.
So basically, in bronchiolitis and bronchial asthma, the amount is going to get reduced, right? The amount of air which is going to enter, it is going to get reduced. But the affinity will be remaining same, right? The amount
Okay.
of hemoglobin is normal, right? So
Mm.
whatever air it is going to inspire, So basically,
Mhm.
we are going to give an gas, right? So this gas, it is not going to change. The patient's goal is to inhale it. There will be difficulty during the inhalation, but the amount
Mm.
inspired is going to be normal, and expired it is also going to be normal.
Okay.
Okay.
But if, like, for example, like bronchiolitis or asthma, especially asthma is a type 1 hypersensitivity reaction, no?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So won't that cause vasodilation and more amount of blood to the lungs?
But no, it doesn't. It doesn't do like that. Okay. So basically, what is happening in bronchial asthma is the increased production of mast cells. It gives a lot of mucus. So due to that,
Mm.
what happens is the total bronchus region, it is going to get inflamed, right?
That's science.
So it is not going to affect the blood vessels,
Got it.
right? So
Mm.
basically, due to the inflammation, the blood vessels will be increased, like vasodilation will happen. But it is not going to happen in the lungs. Okay, so it is going to happen in
Okay.
the space in which the blood is going to move, right?
Okay. Got it.
Sorry, the
Mm.
flow of air.
Flow fan. Got it.
So in bronchial asthma, the affinity it is going to remain normal, right?
Mm. Mm.
Okay. So these are the concepts that you have to know, okay, before we are entering into the diseases. Okay, so let's just
Okay.
summarize a real quick. So
Mm.
in a restrictive lung disease, the main parameter which is decreased is
FVC.
FVC. Okay. What about in obstructive lung disease?
FEV1.
FEV1. Right. So can you give an example of restrictive lung diseases?
Pulmonary embol. No. Uh, Pleural effusion, uh, interstitial lung disease, scoliosis,
Yeah. Basically, if there is any fibrosis or any kind of
fibrosis.
yeah. So then, so if FVC by FV, sorry, FVV by FVC, it is greater than 70, then what is it called?
Either normal or restrictive lung disease.
So normal or restrictive lung disease. Right.
Mm.
So what about if FVC by FV, sorry, FEV by FVC, it is
Obstructive.
obstructive lung disease. Obstructive lung disease. So then if there is a reversible airway obstruction, if pre and
Mm.
post, if it is going to be changing in
Greater than 200.
yeah in FEV1, then the difference it
Oh.
is going to be more than 200 ml,
Mm.
right? Or in percentage, it is more than 12%.
12%.
Okay. And DLCO, it is
Directly proportional to HB exposure
yeah.
to carbon monoxide.
HP. Okay, so what happens in pulmonary embolism?
Decreased.
Decrease. Right. What about polycythemia?
Increased.
Increase. Right.
Mm.
Okay. So then what happens here? What is the disease here? It is
This
extra
is
or
an
intra?
obstruction. This, if it is inspiration, so it is extra, but variable extra.
Yeah, variable extra. Whereas, right.
I remember it like always, E should always come with high. If inspiratory problem, then it is always extra. If it is expiratory problem, then it is always intra.
Yeah, yeah. So
I
E
remember
for
like this
E.
in physics.
Yeah.
E for I, E for I.
Yeah. So
E
E
is never
for
with E.
just keep this simple, okay? E for E, okay. So in extrathoracic, expiration is going to be normal,
Normal. That is also.
okay?
Yeah.
E for E,
That
but
is,
E is normal, okay? Okay.
Mhm.
Extrathoracic, E is normal. In
Mhm.
extrathoracic, E is normal. Don't get confused, okay? If you get confused, very, very difficult. It will be very, very,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, okay. So what about this one?
This is obstructive lung disease.
Yeah, so there is a coving type, right? Obstructive lung disease. Okay. So tomorrow we'll start chronic bronchitis and emphysema in detail. Okay, we'll see these in detail, what is happening, what is the pathology and everything.
Yes.
And yeah. Okay. So that's it for today. Just
Okay.
go through the concepts. Okay. Just do a few MCQs. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful,
Bye.
yeah. Take care.